getting ready for the big trip. Been looking forward to this for quite some time now, and I'm going to be using the 360 camera quite a bit, using this camera quite a bit, but we're going to be doing a little bit of traveling here to do some riding, and so I'm going to get the trikes, do a once over on them, maybe a twice over, to make sure everything's good to go. I know that the gearing, the shifting on both of our trikes is a little bit off since I redid the rear tire, took them off and on to add the fenders, so got a little bit off of where they were, so I'm going to fix that. I'm also going to take the fenders, the little rubber knobs that are on the fenders here, and as one of my YouTube subscribers commented on my videos that I should glue those on, and I thought, well, that's a good idea, and that'll keep from losing them. So I'm going to put a little Gorilla Glue on them and call it good. Use that that little portable trike jack that I have that has come in so handy so many times now, and get everything ready to go. I'm really looking forward to this trip. We're going to head up to Massachusetts. Then on the way home, we're going to go and stop in New Jersey and go to Carlo's Bakery. I think we're going to try and take the train over and do the 9/11 memorial, and we're definitely going to go see the Statue of Liberty. I already have my tickets for that. I've never seen the Statue of Liberty up close. I've only seen it from an airplane flying into LaGuardia one time, and then I have a special treat for a reason that I want to do that. It's kind of silly, but it's fun. It's something that I do when we have the chance. So stay tuned, and there'll probably be a series of videos on all the rides that we're going to do. We're going to be gone for a week. It's just going to be tremendous. So I think anyway, hopefully everything will turn out okay. Hopefully the rides will be fine. We won't have any mechanical issues that we can't take care of or anything. So, you know, I'll take tools, I'll take extra parts, but with this trip I don't think I'll have to carry them all the time, which is good, because we'll be staying with a fellow trike rider, and he'll be showing us around, taking us on some trails, and we're looking forward to a good time. So I'm going to get this maintenance knocked out. We'll be on our way pretty soon. Well, we're back to getting everything set up on the ELB's trike, and it looks like her derailleur is just a little bit off, so I'll be adjusting the high stops and the low stops. Alright, so got that one. Okay, something else is wrong. See, is the brake off? So something else is wrong here. I don't know if something's rubbing. Oh, the brake is rubbing. That's right. So the last time we were out, I found this, and this brake caliper probably was not in the perfect position for the brake when we moved the tire and got everything reset. So now I've got to adjust the brake caliper and get it so it's not rubbing, because that's no fun when you're trying to ride and you've got a rubbing caliper. It just steals your energy. So that's better. If you recall, some ice trikes have a parking brake on them. This is not for use when you're riding, and that's how you can see this handle right here. It's just a stop handle, or you know, it moves the cable. It's not a brake handle, so it's just a parking brake. It's not used for stopping the trike. All right, so got the limit adjusted on that, and now I'll change the gears. That sounds better. And that's what you want, nice smooth transitions on those. But what I am going to do is I'll show you over here. I'm going to have to adjust the derailleur a little bit. If you see, it's just a little bit out of whack, so it's a little bit off to the side. So I'm just going to move it just a little bit. Doesn't take much. Yes, you can do this kind of stuff yourself at home. You don't need a bike shop to do this. And then I'm going to make sure that the adjustment on the low side or on the high side, so the chain doesn't come off this way, I'll make sure that the set screw on the high side, which is marked with an H, that's all it can go. So if you see, I'll put it in and you can see how the derailleur starts to move over. I don't want it to move over, I want it to be able to center on the gear. So I'm going to leave it right there, and let's see how that sounds. So it's got just a little bit of rub to it. So I'll adjust the high set screw and let the derailleur come out a little bit more, and you see how it kind of jumped out there at the end. Put it right back just a little bit. And now it's a lot quieter. I've got the pedals hitting up here on the front of the table, but now that's a lot quieter, and that's adjusted to where it should be. So hopefully the ELB won't have any problems when we're out riding with this one. That has made the drivetrain a lot better, a lot smoother. So I'll adjust it back out so when she gets on the trike for the first time, it's easier to pedal. All right, and that's it. So that's a little adjustment on the ELB's trike. It looks like everything else is adjusted. I'll make sure that we don't have any broken spoke nipples or anything like that. This rear wheel has already been rebuilt, if you don't remember, but this was one of the wheels that I rebuilt at the time when we first got it. And everything's together. When I got these fenders, I put plastic washers in the middle of them, and I didn't think about it at the time, but it makes it so it doesn't rattle. So these fenders, I really like these fenders because they don't rattle at all. So that's been nice. So, all right, got all those done. I'll hang it up and I'll get my trike over here and we'll get it fixed up. I need to double check my derailleur because of when I moved my wheel, it kind of moved a little bit. So I'll do a gear check. So I'll make sure it's lined up, and it looks pretty well lined up there. Then I'll run down through the gears. One click, but I'm losing 2 gears. Why is that? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to completely reset this one, because when I get out in the field I want to be able to use this barrel adjuster if I need to. So what I'm going to do is adjust it all the way in and completely reset it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the high side and the low side again. See, I want to get it on the big ring and the big ring. And the only way to do that now, because I have all the adjustment out of the cable, is I've got to actually undo the cable. And I want to release the tension on that. I'll bring it all the way down. And see, when I took it all the way down, I was already in the low gear. So I'll make sure I have the low adjustment in the right spot, because you don't want it to go too far and come off of the cog. So now that I've got the tension off of it, what I'm going to do is give myself a little more cable, because now the cable, see the cable's got some slack in it. Not sure if you can see that. I'm playing with this 360 camera, we'll see if it works, but you see how the cable's got some slack in it now? So I'm going to take, whoops, I'm going to use the right size. Take that off. I'm going to take the slack out of the cable, And I'm going to tighten it back up. Okay, so now I'm at the point where there's just a little bit of tension, but the derailleur is all the way to the high gear, so it's got the tension off of it. Now I'm going to run up through the gears and see if I can get back to the big gear, and now I should have all the gears up front. Let's see how this works. Alright, so I don't have enough tension. I don't have enough tension yet on the cable here, so what I'll do is I'll loosen this and then I'll pull the cable a little bit tighter. And so that's where you don't want to go. You don't want to go too far, and that's what this adjustment is about. I'll set this limit switch here. Limit switch. That's an old airplane term. So it can't go anymore. So now when I have this little bit of extra wiggle room on the derailleur to try and click it up, it won't move past that spot. So that's as far as it's going to go. And that way you don't throw your chain off on the inside. So that way you don't throw your chain off on the inside where your wheel is and you get it caught up in your spokes like mine almost did right there. And my derailleur is stretched out almost all the way. So this is probably set up just about right now. I think that works. I'm comfortable with that. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so I think now they're both adjusted. Now the other thing I'm going to do is, now that I've got that part done, let me put these tools away. Got everything adjusted. I'm going to go set up the mount for this 360 camera so I don't have to carry it all the time. Alright, so got the motorcycle mount. The funny thing is it was actually on the back of the trike and I went and looked for it. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I don't want to mess up my pretty decals, so I'll open this up as far as it'll go and slide it on. And I'll tighten that down. So that's nice and snug. And it's basically got rubber on the top and on the bottom of this clamp here, so it's not going to get in the way of anything. And then I can take this where it's got the two ball mounts and I can move it around to where I'm just going to set it like this, where it's kind of level. Then I can take the 360 mount, which you probably see in my tripod right now, and take the tripod off. Bring this down a little bit. So what I'm going to do is mount that on the bottom of the selfie stick, the invisible selfie stick. And then I can adjust this a little bit more to make it, because right now the camera is facing sideways. And so what I'll do is I'll adjust the ball now that I know where it's going to be. So that way I can have the screen facing towards me when I'm in the trike. So that's pretty sturdy. So it's going to wobble around a little bit, but that's just the nature of the beast, I guess. So now it's just a matter of seeing if that's comfortable enough, if it's out of the way enough when I'm actually sitting on the trike. So let's take the trike down and check that out. Be sticking up, but it doesn't look like it's going to be in the way. It's not going to interfere as I'm pedaling. So, I mean, unless I put my knees way out, which I don't ride like that, so that shouldn't be a problem. But it also makes me think that I can move it out like this. So it's pretty sturdy. It wobbles some. Now obviously when I go ahead and extend the camera out all the way, it's going to wobble quite a bit more. But that wobble is more steady, I guess. And with the software in the camera that's got the steadying, that's got the stabilization in it, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. And then I can lower it down from a riding position, and I can get the action cam down here where it's going to move a little bit more, but it's not as wavy. So that, my friends, is a nice little feature. I think I like that. That was well worth it going to that one guy's particular link and getting his affiliate, because I got the selfie stick and this motorcycle mount for free. I like it. That's nice. So I will give it a try on a ride when we're headed out, and I'm looking forward to see how that works. I think this camera is going to be a lot of fun, actually. I've heard from a lot of people that it's a lot of fun. And turning, it's not in the way because it's pretty close to where the kingpin is. So I like it. Looking forward to it. Very cool. Alright, so that's it. Stay tuned for the next one when we're actually out on the trip, getting on the road, and getting to our destination. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. So this one was filmed all in 360 except for the little bits that I did in the beginning with some narration. So thanks for watching. Till next time. Cheers.